Today's email comes from a cat asking me, do I ever listen to other people podcasts and things like that? Um, Truth be told, homie, I listen to everybody. Whether that be Tariq Nasheed, Boss Mac, um, Ed of Dream and Hustle, my boy over at Sleep is for the Rich, flying this boy Sweet Rico out there in New York on Tweeter the Meter. He always got a book on deck. And a lot of you cats don't know, what I'm saying, that I absorb from everybody. Just because a man has a different angle than me doesn't mean his angle can't apply to what I'm trying to do. So if y'all ever hang around enough people, have a different group of boys, one dude is going left, another cat is going right, but that's what make y'all have a good friendship. That's what make y'all boys, is that one dude is good at one thing, and you can rely on him on that one thing. And when the chip making is over and when the other stuff is all, set aside for the day, everybody can go chop it up because you're really around productive people. I don't care how people are productive. I'm not really into all that stupid stuff. Do you make your money your way? At the end of the day, let's all chop it up, have a beer, meet some women, and relax. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious about trying to make money, but I ain't that damn serious that I can't shut it all down and go hang out every once in a while. So I listen to a lot of people, homie. If you keep listening to the Rise and Grind, you'll hear me talk about different aspects of the game. It ain't always a chip game. It's just a game in general, homie, the game of life that we trying to win. So whoever got a good angle, I'm listening. Graduated. I stopped doing dumb shit a long time ago, so I can always tell when people say they knew me, because they know me from a time when I was in transition, homie. And realistically, my whole life has been in transition. Never have I really stopped to be that one thing that anybody can stop and say Freeman is this kind of cat, Freeman is this way. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who really been rolling with me for a long period of time know that I used to be this way and think this way, switch that up and thought this way, switch that up and thought this way. And if you were around me today, you'll see me make major moves to switch my life up and change it up again, because the goal is to make this money. You know what I'm saying? The goal is not to be one thing and to concentrate so hard on it that I'm only one thing. The goal is to always learn new stuff, and if I'm learning new stuff, homie, then I should always be in transition, you dig? So this podcast about me saying I graduated is really just explaining game from where most of you cats are, and how most of you cats might have came up like me. And if you didn't, I'll cross your path sooner or later, young homie. And what I say will apply to what you're doing. But when I was a kid, right? This is Compton. This is not a Mayberry, homie. This is not a Beverly Hills 90210, homie. I didn't grow up like that. But when I was a kid, I would do anything to make money. Pick up trash, help old ladies with her groceries, wash people's car in the morning. You name it, man. I was always about it. I didn't care what it was. We would bet playing basketball, homie. If I wasn't as good as other cats, but I knew who I could beat, we would put $2-3 on the line and play that. You know what I'm saying? Cats were playing dominoes, spades. You just learned, you just grew up in the atmosphere where everybody was on the come up, homie. And the reason why I use the come up is because a lot of cats mistake coming up as true hustling and making money. But coming up usually means, at least where I'm from, homie, is where you kind of catch somebody slipping. You came up on homeboy's car. So if you stole his car because he was slipping, you came up on some rims. Somebody stole the rims. So when I was a young in the game, and I'm talking about real young in age, that's the element I grew up in. everybody was, I used to wake up in the morning and there would be a stolen car in the back, with somebody would say, you can have the speakers, or you can have the rims, I don't want those rims, or, you know what I'm saying? It was a hood pick apart, homie, because if you had a car similar to them, we would take the pieces that we needed to make our cars look clean. You know what I'm saying? And that was the game we were in. That was the game everybody was in. I grew up with cats who had Slim Jims, homie, and I'm not talking about beef jerky. And I had to be, maybe 7, 8 years old, and we popping locks on people, and trying to steal beavers. You know what I'm saying? And that's how young I was. So if you know when beavers were, I was a kid. And so we were trying to come up on beavers before I was even a teenager. And things like that, homie. We were trying anything, you know what I'm saying? If you left your car door open, homie, or you left a window down, we were the cats who stole your pocketbook. You know what I'm saying? We were the cats who looked through your stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not proud of that, but that was the angle I saw to make money. That's what I grew up in. And you know what I'm saying? This is pre-teen age. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying, when I was young, that's how you did. You came up off of really much more of an opportunity. But the angle on which I came up, or which we thought was coming up, was somewhat stealing from someone who was caught slipping. You know what I'm saying? That was just the game we were in, man. If you left a door unlocked, bang somebody in it. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way we grew up. So whenever you hear anybody from the West Coast saying we won't get caught slipping, that's where it comes from. You know, we probably grew up in an era where if you were not watching where you were and did not put your things away in your car, homie, somebody busting the window and taking your stuff. A lot of y'all cats still on that angle. You go through DC, homie, lock your doors. Because DC is some straight car thieves when I was out there, homie. So you gotta be the cat who understand how to keep your be on your P's and Q's. So my game with that is, as soon as I started understanding how to make more money, I graduated from the come up, homie. I graduated from that kind of thinking. You know what I'm saying? I moved on from that kind of thinking. I didn't sit there and say to myself, I'm gonna be a damn thief for the rest of my life. Nah, I wasn't even a thief, homie. I wasn't even a good thief. We were little kids, and $20 would have did us good, homie. $10 would have did us good. So we weren't real thieves like you have a robbing crew like some of y'all out here doing. Y'all really robbing people and following people home. Like I told somebody on a thing before, don't come out west. You don't hear too many cats on the west getting caught up like that. We will chop you down. Everybody is very aware of where they are. When you grow up in this gang stuff, homie, you are aware of where you are and who's looking at you at all times. For y'all cats who never grew up in this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Y'all think if people can come out here and you're gonna catch people slipping, they gonna turn the corner and get out and start dumping on you, homie. You might wanna fall back on that. But that was the first part I graduated from, primarily to come up. Second thing you start getting into probably in your young teenage years, that's when everybody was pushing some kind of weight or something like that. But, we were all too young in the game to really try to do that stuff. But then, you get into the taking stupid risks part of life. And the taking stupid risk part of life was, for me, sometimes my friends might steal a car, or, you know what I'm saying, we would drive from LA to the Bay Area to pick up some little saplings for weed. If y'all don't know what that is, the little starter plants of marijuana. We didn't get in trouble for it, but maybe I'll be in a car with somebody who stole it, and we not even in high school yet, and we driving all the way up to the Bay to get some little weed saplings to come back down, and somebody told us to go get them or something like that. We made some money, and we young in the game, we want to drive all the way to, you told us to drive to Seattle, homie, we would have did it. So I had to learn to stop taking stupid risks. This is also the beginning of gangbanging for where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere around 12, 13. And a lot of you cats who didn't grow up in it, y'all think it's simple as somebody not joining the damn Masons or something like, yeah, just don't join the Masons, homie, and you won't have them problems, homie. If you know where I know, and if some of y'all cats from where I'm from, y'all know that just we live here, we part of the game. And I don't mean that we banging, but it'll be your mistake to think that you live in this gang neighborhood, homie, and somebody won't come and try to shoot you for just walking down that street. Whether you in all red or all blue, it don't matter. Somebody coming for you, homie. That's the game we in. So it changed a lot of our lives, homie. A lot of us, you know what I'm saying, life became life and death for us at that point. And we took real risks to get the hell out of there, a real risk to make money. So the angles changed from us being little dudes to the dudes who were trying to get our money right ASAP. So when you graduate, I graduated primarily from that, man, because it was just too hot. Where, you know, I don't know where y'all cats grew up, but where I grew up, homie, every summer, and summer's coming upon us right now. Every summer, homie, you better be watching your back. You better have some rear view mirrors on your glasses. You dig? It was really hot every summer where I grew up, and I'm not talking about 100 degrees, homie. I'm talking about hot like somebody coming to kill us. Like dudes had nothing to do but swoop down the block and start shooting at people. You know what I'm saying? This was definitely you at the gas station, somebody coming to pop us, homie. You know what I'm saying? So you had to be very aware of where you were. You know what I'm saying? When I was young in the game, when I was a kid, you know, I had some dudes pull up on me and we on bikes. Had some dudes pull up on me with a 12 gauge, put it on the windowsill, told us don't grow up to be gangbangers, homie. We little kids, homie. So that's what I'm always telling you, that, you know, it's a different way. I'm not trying to say I'm better. I'm not trying to say Compton's tougher, homie. Stick all that in your back pocket. What I'm saying is the way I grew up and what I had to deal with, it changed. You know what I'm saying? We graduated from the little kid stuff, and now people got guns. You know what I'm saying? And we had to learn to live with that. And so as a result of having guns, you do more crazy stuff with your money, trying to make money. Your come up is a bit more, right? Your angle to the chips is a lot harsher. You know what I'm saying? After I got out of that stuff, because I never was heavy in the game in the first place. You know, it wasn't my true angle. But when you start moving up, then you start getting into dudes who want to be young kingpins, you know, and you know, people taking trips out of town. The hell with who, you know what I'm saying? People coming back with cars, with rims and all kind of stuff, because everybody was making money. And you know, I had to make a decision pretty much that it just wasn't me, first of all, but I had to make a decision not to be following other cats. You know what I'm saying? Not to be following dudes who really playing with fire. But, you know, it looks so easy because everybody come back blowing money and you know, buying lobster. And if you grew up in a neighborhood like I grew up, this is not just one generation. This has been going on for 4 generations before me, and probably still, well, I'm not even probably, still going on generations after me, homie. So it wasn't to be expected, but it was part of the culture already. We weren't sitting there thinking that, hey, you know, this is not a next step. A lot of cats who didn't think they were able to do it without the game jumped into the game and took off from there. So you might come to my neighborhood and see half the dudes, not even half, I would say 1/4 of the dudes trying to do it straight, and about 3/4 of the cat in the game. So my goal was to make sure I wasn't in the game like that. But it doesn't mean that I wasn't sitting in the car with them, going to the movies, going to football games. You understand what I mean? I was still in the game with everybody else. And so sometimes you have a wild life. And at that time, man, even though me, I'm trying to be crispy clean about the hustle. Even then, I had friends who, you know what I'm saying, who were trying to do some small stuff. And one day, I'll give you a good example. One day, homie, I went home early. You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to make their money, and you don't need to know exactly, but I went home early. When I came back the next day, my 2 boys who were there, somebody came and jacked them for the stuff. And these dudes damn near electrocuted them. You know what I'm saying? They had, I looked at my boys' fingers, man, they looked like somebody was burnt them. You know, if you ever seen someone get electrocuted, it's like a burned crust that goes on their hands. And I had 2 boys who, we were about 15, who hands looked all crusted. Somebody tried to electrocute them after they stole their stuff, you know. So I was lucky not to be part of that. Um, Same thing where I'm standing outside in front of where I live, and then I go in the house for a quick second. Some dudes come and shoot up one of my boys and shoot him in the ass, which is funny. But it's funny to get shot in the ass, but it ain't funny that he got shot. Um, and I'm sitting there, you know what I'm saying? I was just out front with him, but I had to go in real quick. So you learn that, I got to get out of this street stuff ASAP, homie, because I don't want to die trying to get 2 gallons of gas. You know what I'm saying? At Arco, homie. I don't want to be one of those dudes. So now that I graduated from the street stuff, homie, I straightened myself and made sure I was still on the grind. You get up into school and you get to college, homie, and then there's a whole bunch of dudes who first they want to be gangbangers and they never were. And then the next thing you know, all these dudes trying to be what I like to call weed heads, homie. Most of your people who smoke weed heavy most likely started off in college. And the main reason why is because cats had some freedom. They didn't have no freedom on the street, but they have freedom now. And that's what they were about. And a lot of cats didn't even finish. I still got boys who didn't finish college. You know what I'm saying? But we were all there together. And so after that, I kind of graduated literally from college, but graduated from that kind of thinking, homie, where every day is a party, women, and weed, which is what a lot of you cats are still stuck on. That's when I tell you that y'all cats haven't graduated from that. That's the majority of the cats you gonna meet in this world. They haven't moved on from that kind of thinking. So if there's a party and there's a women and some weed, these dudes are happy about it. The same as when they were 18, 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? And that's the level of which their thinking is. So after I got out of that, homie, because we still trying to move and grow, you know what I'm saying? After I graduated from that dumb stuff, I started trying to get into what I call the real chip angle of the game. And that is, I should decide to be a juggernaut in this game. I shouldn't decide to be a good worker. So I got into the game of going to corporate America angle, where you go to work every day and somebody throwing some dumbass potluck and you sitting in a cubicle and you feeling bad because you don't got no work to do, and you really feel like you unproductive. But some people settle in it, homie. Some of y'all listening to me know exactly what this is, but some of y'all settle in it and y'all stay there and y'all very happy. You know what I'm saying? That you got a job, somebody cut a check to you and you feel good. And then for me, a cat like me, homie, I could never fit well. I thought they were underpaying me. I thought the cats weren't giving me, my true due to the game. Truth be told, man, you want to know the hustle that really got me out the box on that corporate thing. I was in New York, man. I was in Brooklyn. And I went to the bank. I was going to buy a condo in Jersey City, right? And when I was getting this condo in Jersey City, I went and talked to the bank, and the bank wouldn't give me a loan. They said, you have too much money on your books. I owe too much money from school and everything else I was doing. And that really took me out of that corporate thing in a flash, homie, because once I knew that this angle wasn't going to make me enough money to really get where I need to get, homie, I dropped that like it was a burnt roach in my hand, homie. I mean, it's gone, you understand? I mean, I'm not going to sit here and try to rekindle something that ain't really part of the game. It's not really what it's about. So that was the biggest thing, homie. After that, I kind of graduated from that thinking, and then, truth be told, that's what led me to the business, homie. That's what led me to saying I got to try to get my way out of this stuff. If I don't, I'm going to be stuck here forever. So you got to graduate in this game, homie. I'm just trying to go through the levels with you, so you can be about it, the whole rise and grind, homie, so at least I could tell you my story and what I did and how I avoided all the pitfalls. Because that was just me on the come up when I'm talking about money, but there's other levels of graduating from stupid thinking. You keep playing this wannabe pimp game. It just doesn't look good. It ain't a good look, homie. Everybody look like perverted old men. But if you hang around enough perverted old men, you don't feel like nothing changed. Homie, when like I said, when you 21 coming in the club and you see somebody 35 or older, you look like an old dude in the club for it. That game ain't changed. It's just that the dudes are 35 and 40, right? They think that they still 21 like you, and they ain't. So they didn't graduate from that thinking. If you hanging around people who only talk about weed, women, and money,
we women and whatever dancing or some kind of party, homie, that means their mentality didn't change either. There is another level to the game, and we got to keep graduating from the dumb shit. We got to keep graduating from this life that everybody thinks is okay. We got to graduate, homie, and I mean that the same way you felt when you graduated from elementary school. You felt proud of yourself that you didn't have to do this dumb shit no more. And that's what the game is really about. Every time you get out of something, you should be able to look back, look at what you came from and what you've been through and say, I'm glad I don't have to sit in no damn cubicle no more. I'm glad I don't have to be around motherfuckers who smoke more weed than they make money anymore. I'm glad I don't have to be on the street with motherfuckers trying to shoot me. I'm glad that I found a way to make cash without being in the game. I'm glad that I'm not robbing little shit every day trying to come up. I'm glad I'm not in a desperate situation. You know what I'm saying? I graduated from all that shit. So this is why I always tell you, you won't see me in the dumb shit, homie. I already been there before. You won't see me in your club trying to act like I've been VIP. I was in Brooklyn one night where some cats came in with popping, buying the bottles and all that stuff. And I just thought it was funny, homie. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was really funny that these dudes, I saw that on the video. I didn't know it was real. I'm a California kid, so when I came east, I had to get adjusted to the way cats are really doing things in New York. But it's a thing of understanding that, I don't want you to say I'm looking down on the cats, you know what I'm saying? Because the people are different from the situation. You don't look down on a little kid for riding a bike and telling you that you should be riding this kind of bike. You really missing out that you're not riding this bike. You look at him and say he don't know the game good enough to know a bike ain't better than a car. But I ain't gonna ruin him. I'm gonna let him have his fun. I'm gonna let the little kid ride around this tricycle. So to me, that's the way I see a lot of cats. I just see them like they didn't graduate yet, and they talking like they know, but they really don't know because they haven't moved on. Money is not the accumulation of women. You know what I'm saying? You don't even need the money to accumulate women if you would stop being so stingy about your angle. You can accumulate a lot of ugly ones if you want that, if that's your angle. But the thing is, we sit back and wait for them to graduate, and if they don't graduate, homie, I let them sit there where they are, man. I accept the game for where they are. So if I ever step out or something and some dude is snickering, I always get some little dudes who don't understand money. And this goes for older people too. They never really understand money, so the first thing they do is kind of, laugh because they don't understand, If I was him, if I had that money, I would do this. Well, you don't have the money, and it's a good thing you don't, because you probably would be tricky. So you always get people who think because you're walking around, especially me, because I'm a California kid, so meaning when I say I'm a California kid, that means I'm very relaxed to the game, homie. You meet anybody from the West, we all very relaxed to the game. And meaning we don't dress up in bells and whistles when there's no bells and whistles to go down. So you'll see me on Monday morning in some sweats and a baseball cap, because I'm not really trying to be important on Monday morning when I'm going to get a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? It's not important. So a lot of you cats from different areas, you think, oh, I gotta wear a suit all day. And I've been lucky, been blessed to be from the West to understand that, hey, we make money and we go have our fun. That's what we do with our money. We don't make money to show other cats that we got money for no damn reason. We not putting on a suit for no damn reason just to make other people feel that we important. One day y'all gotta come out to Los Angeles, homie. I'm gonna have to put up a blueprint to where y'all should go and how y'all should check things out. And I want you to see, most of us are chilling, most of us are smiling, enjoying ourselves. As a sunny day out west like it is today. And you guys should come out here and really relax and see that we make money leisurely. You know what I'm saying? We don't make money like New York cats are different. New York cats are really serious. They like to look like they got money. They like to have a suit on. They like to walk around like they a robot. You know what I'm saying? And even when I was out in New York, the game was different, because I would always walk around. Cats would say, what's up with this dude walking around, you know what I'm saying, chilling in linen. And that's because y'all cats don't understand linen yet. Y'all haven't graduated to the level of understanding when you should put on linen. Y'all all still wearing hot-ass cotton. It'd be 100 degrees with 90% humidity, and y'all cats still walking around in cotton.
But understand when I say graduating, I'm talking about graduating in all the angles of your thinking. I'm not talking about just one. I'm talking about all the angles of your thinking. And that is, you know, from you being small time hustling and coming up and all that stuff to you being to the point. This is why most cats, you know, and I always say from the beginning, they think they know me, but they don't. Because last time you knew me, homie, I was on this angle to the hustle. Now I'm a grown man, and now I'm still learning and reading and trying to figure things out. So every year, homie, if I'm on my P's and Q's, you know what I'm saying, I should be at a new level in the game. You know what I'm saying? So I always look at everybody and say, you know what I'm saying, I hope y'all start graduating and start thinking about things and saying, let me hurry up and get out of this. When I was younger in the game, homie, and this is why I got there so early. It's just little something for y'all young cats to grow on. The reason why I got to where I got early, real early than most cats, right? I've been running the business for a long time, homie. I am not even close to what people would think I should be when running this business and how old you normally would be. And the thing is, the reason why I learned it, homie, is because just like I was when I was a little kid playing basketball, homie, I always played with the big kids. You dig? I didn't sit with other people. I always wanted to know what was going on 4 or 5, 7 years ahead of where I was, to the point where I would sit next to cats talking about things bigger than me, and they would tell me to get away because I wanted to know. So to this day, I'm still the cat who's learning from dudes who've been doing it 20 years straight. So I don't have to be around the kids, homie. I don't want to mess up my steps. You should listen to your elders, you know what I'm saying, because they can lace you with game 10, 15 years ahead of where you are. And I was just lucky to be one of those cats who wasn't hard-headed and who would listen. So I would listen to anybody. And as a result, homie, I got there faster because I was not worried about trying to be a wannabe gangbanger, homie. I wasn't trying to worry about being the freshest or dressing the best and all this stupid stuff when it comes to the chips. I learned from the dudes who told me this is how you do it. Be quiet, bubble on the low, and get your money, man. So graduate from your thinking. If you haven't moved on, homie, something my brother told me a long time ago, something that y'all should really pay attention to. Every year you should move forward. Every year should be different from the year before. You should be growing and building. If what you did this year is the same as last year, then you didn't build, homie. And you got to really think about that. That's what graduating is about, homie. If the third grade, if what you learned in the third grade looks the same as what you learned in the fourth grade, you just as dumb as a third grader, you dig? Graduate in this game. Move on in this game. And don't look back at the stupid people, man. They riding tricycles, homie. And he gonna be ringing his dumbass bell telling you this is what life is about for a long time. Next time, partner.
Graduated from the block, committing the crimes. Same block where they flipping them nickels and dimes. To the zombies, picture monsters getting in line. Government cheese, please, mama, just get in the line. Our way of stacking cheese, please, just get in the line. Cause if you don't, I could be a victim of crime.